It's been a minute.
And this will be the only meeting they'll have this year. They will not have the home and away this season in the Big 12. So the only time that they will get a chance to play against each other.
The Bears win the tip and control. Here is Edwards. To her right for Andrews. Inside, Edwards has her initial shot blocked, stays with it, and scores the first 2 of the game.
Well, Nikki Collin, every single game comes up with one set play that they start out on the offensive set. And they wanted a layup out of Edwards. Rose Bubakar got that block, but Edwards got the best around the other side.
Well, our impact players on both sides didn't wait long to score. Lauren Gustin taking the lob pass inside, scoring on the opposite side. In transition, jumper is missed by Walker, and BYU has their first defensive stop. There you saw the starting lineups. Both sides, Rose Bubakar for BYU trying to go to Gustin. Her pass is deflected back into her hands. Now it's Whiting for the Cougars, guarded by Jada Walker. Whiting hands off to Kaylee Smiler. Smiler off the high screen from Gustin, who receives at the right elbow. Nothing there. Pass is tipped by Edwards. Last touch by Bubakar, and there is BYU's first turnover. Kristen, we have discussed ad nauseum just how tough it has been for BYU to hold on to the ball. Turnovers have plagued this team all season long.
It's been their Achilles heel. They had 23 against West Virginia. And late in the game, they were crucial turnovers when they had an opportunity. The game was within 4 points. Same with Kansas State. Same with Kansas. The last 3 games, they're giving up 20 points per game off of turnovers.
Edwards had it knocked away. Then the pass was intercepted, and BYU gives it right back to the Bears. The Cougars not able to take advantage of the giveaway by Baylor right there, and the Bears with 7 seconds on the shot clock will inbound from the sideline. Walker receives off the screen from Edwards, between the legs dribble, back to Edwards with the shot clock winding down for 3. That's long. And Bubakar collects the rebound off the bounce. Whiting wants to push with Smiler.
This is a Baylor team that does a really good job on the offensive glass. They average 13 offensive rebounds, so it's crucial, as we saw in that last possession, for BYU to secure that defensive board.
Baylor has out-rebounded their opponents in 14 of the 21 contests they've played this season. They get after it on the boards. Kaylee Woolston, Smiler. Now BYU with the shot clock winding down. Bubakar, backdoor cut and scores. Patient offense from BYU is rewarded with Rose Bubakar's layup, and it's 4-2 BYU. Walker, sneaky move, can't finish the left-handed layup, and the rebound to Gustin. Whiting now pushing. She'll step into a 3. Amari Whiting. It's a 7-0 run for BYU. 2.5 minutes in, the Cougars lead by 5.
Both teams rely heavily on transition offense, as we see wanting to pull that trigger quickly, and a big one presents mismatch problems when Gustin or Rose Bubakar have to come on the outside.
There is turnover number 2. Edwards from Walker. Andrews now cycled to an open jumper from Dariana Littlepage-Buggs. Rose Bubakar's 3 rims off, and the rebound is collected by Littlepage-Buggs, but a turnover by the Bears. Lauren Gustin step through, around Blackwell, and Gustin scores with the left. Here's Sarah Andrews, crossover dribble, back to Blackwell. Walker spinning into the lane. And another jumper from Littlepage-Buggs, this time rims off.
And that's the shot that BYU wants to give up. They want to give up those long 2s, not the 3s or the layups.
Whiting knocks down her second 3. A great sign for BYU's offense early. Transition defense. Blackwell is denied by Davenport, who will receive in the open floor. Davenport spinning. Layup is long as she spun into the lane, but it falls into the hands of Smiler. Back to Gustin. Isolated. Left-handed layup is no good, but Lauren Gustin is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
I mentioned the 2 true freshmen and Woolston and Whiting leading the charge. But this Baylor Bears team, 6 of those seniors, a lot of those are grad transfers with a whole lot of experience coming in. Sarah Andrews, number 24, she's really the only player that's been here the longest. She's played 4 years here in a Baylor uniform.
Lauren Gustin makes both free throws. Good move inside. Yaya Felder quick off the dribble and scores with the right hand. That's a big bucket for Baylor to end BYU's momentum.
Yeah, the 5'8" guard, when she comes in off the bench, she brings that energy in that fight. Averages 9 points per game, and she is extremely explosive and quick and shifty off the bounce.
Whiting, to Davenport, spinning. And the floater is good from the Big 12 logo, about 12 feet away.
On the screens that are being set, watching the movement of the Bears on their screens.
Felder has her shot blocked and some contact with the body after the shot went up. Mariana Littlepage-Buggs checks out for the moment. Sarah Andrews back in. First free throw is up and good from Felder. She'll have one more. That cuts BYU's lead to 6 with 1:48 to play in the first quarter. And the second from Felder drops in.
The Bears average right around 12 points per game at the charity stripe. And so the first 2 attempts, but they want to play on attack. They want to play downhill, score right around the rim, and if they're not scoring, they want kickouts. They're at their best when they're getting those paint touches and then getting the kick out for 3-point shot.
BYU basketball leading 16-11. Rose Bubakar hands off to Davenport. Whiting.
Rose Bubakar left wide open, and Davenport just didn't see her in time.
Whiting, tough shot, got the roll. Took it right at Bella Fauntleroy. And the wild shot drops in. She'll shoot a free throw to boot.
Amari Whiting has had so much pressure on her shoulders this season, and she has excelled. No doubt she's had her up and downs throughout the course of the season, but when mom's the coach, you got more pressure on your shoulders, and she knows it, but she thrives in it, and she is so competitive.
Whiting makes the free throw and completes the 3-point play. Fauntleroy for 3. The Bears still cannot find the mark. Now 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. And 4 of 18 overall, 22% shooting. Huge storyline early in this game. BYU near 50%. The Cougars lead late in the first quarter by 8.
And held the Bears to 22%. That 4 for 18. And this is a Bears team that averages 78 points per game coming in, and they're sitting at 11.
Whiting to Davenport. 3 is good! The Cougars doubling up Baylor 22-11. And that's how the first quarter will end. Amari Whiting with 9 points. She will receive the pass to open up the second quarter from Rose Bubakar. BYU basketball to begin the second frame. Emma Calvert will hand off to Smiler. Smiler bounces back to Bubakar. Thought for a moment about a 3. Wants Calvert inside. Double comes. Calvert's little hook shot crawls over the rim and down. Felder, she's been a nice spark.
Felder does a really good job just read and react to what the defense gave her.
Emma Calvert has knocked down her first 2 shots. Andrews wants it back from Edwards, finally gets it. Felder inside, and she is fouled.
Sarah Andrews scoreless in this game, and she comes in averaging 12 points per game.
Felder drops in the first free throw. And the second free throw is missed. Rebound was initially grabbed by Littlepage-Buggs, but she can't control it. Out of bounds to BYU. Wilson takes the handoff. And Smiler flashing in the left corner. Smiler tripped up as she goes into the lane. Her shot is swatted away, and a foul called. Felder. Now Walker. The 3 is up and good. Jana Van Geitenbeek, the senior.
That's a big time shot. 34% shooter coming into the game. She's a pass first type point guard, but rotating up, found herself open.
Whiting had a lane, no good. Gustin got it back, got bumped by her own teammate, and scores it off the glass.
For the strength inside. We know Gustin's one of the strongest players on the court today.
Posting up inside. Edwards too strong off the glass, and she's on the back of Rose Bubakar, and that foul is called. Danae Fritz checks in for Baylor. The Bears have already gone 9 deep on their bench. Gustin turns with a strong move around Fauntleroy. Walker off the screen. Left-handed jumper, again, no good. Woolston has the rebound. Muscles it over to Smiler. Numbers for the Cougars, 5-on-4. Woolston inside. Runner won't go. Offensive rebound. Gives it back to Gustin. Off the glass and good. Lauren Gustin with 12 points. BYU has a game-high lead of 14 at 32-18. The Bears got beat. Air ball. Woolston lost the dribble for a moment. Over to Whiting. Davenport flashing to the ball. Back to Whiting. Bubakar receives from the extended post. Drives inside. Little handoff to Gustin. Lauren Gustin, what a first half. 14 points to lead all scorers. Kristen, 9 rebounds.
She's 6 for 9 from the floor. Incredibly efficient around the rim. And she's physical. She's had every player thrown at her as well. I mean, she's had Blackwell, she's had Edwards. Go down the list.
Interesting that that's the shot that goes in for Baylor. Van Geitenbeek from 4 feet beyond the three-point arc, and the Bears needed that one big time.
Boy, if you're Nikki Collin, you'll take that right now because things are just not dropping on the offensive end like you'd want.
Davenport. And a travel. 9th turnover by BYU. Look at Van Geitenbeek from way downtown.
Contested as well as Amari Whiting recovered and still had a hand up, but that's a big-time shot. She's now got 6 points. She's 2 for 3 from distance.
Baylor's only made 7 field goals the entire first half. 4 of them have been three-pointers. And a foul called, that being the 15th foul on Baylor. BYU in the 2-shot bonus for the remainder of the half. Rose Bubakar at the line. Drops in the first. Bubakar now with 3 points.
This is a BYU team that knows they can hang. They just have not quite put it all together to get over the hump. I mean, it was a 3-point loss at Kansas State when Kansas State top 10 team. BYU had their opportunities against West Virginia.
Van Geitenbeek pressing, got to the hoop, but can't finish the left-handed layup. And Gustin now has a double-double in the first half, 14 and 10.
Make that 78 for her career. Just remarkable what she's been able to do.
Whiting's layup, a little too strong. And Yaya Felder being instructed by Nikki Collin to hold for a good shot, not give BYU another opportunity here before halftime. 35-21. Bears shooting just 23% from the field, 7 of 30 overall. Van Geitenbeek has 2 threes, so obviously 2 of those makes. Almost lost it to Whiting. Game clock and shot clock about a second apart. With 2 on the shot clock. Felder for 3. No good. Rebound falls to Woolston, and the first half ends with BYU in front. Brett Hammer was just with Nikki Collin. Let's hear from him once again.
The last time BYU beat a ranked opponent was actually a Big 12 team. Before they were in the Big 12, it was number 22 West Virginia in 2021.
Well, that's a great start for Baylor with the 3 going down from Sarah Andrews.
She did not score the entire first half, and so absolutely a big confidence boost for her.
And a turnover by BYU on the opposite side as the pass is too long for Gustin. Saved in. Baylor on the run, and it's a 5-0 spurt to open up the second half just like that. We knew that something was eventually going to happen. This team is too talented not to make a run here as Edwards scores her 3rd and 4th points of the night.
Basketball is big on momentum. It's all about momentum. And Baylor, if they can come out and get stops and be more aggressive, that's how they're going to chip away into this.
Gustin challenged defensively in the post, put up a tough shot that's no good, and here comes Walker and the Bears. They've already cut the BYU lead into single digits at 9 with this 5-0 burst to open up the second half. Trying to add to it. Edwards, too strong on the layup. Bubakar taps the ball into Whiting's hands, and the Cougars pushing. Woolston, transition 3. Kaylee Woolston has entered the scorer's sheet.
What a play from Whiting to find her roommate. They are roommates off the court, knowing that she needs to get a shot to go through the hoop, and that's one of the best looks she's had here tonight.
Blackwell, good bounce pass. And an and-one opportunity for Dariana Littlepage-Buggs.
Pass up a good shot for a great shot, and that is something that Nikki Collin preaches to this team.
Three-point play completed by Littlepage-Buggs, who now has 5 points. 38-29 BYU's lead, again down to 9. Whiting being harassed near midcourt. Whiting gets it back, little floater is good, and BYU has another answer. Walker into the lane, bounces to Littlepage-Buggs. The ball is knocked away and a steal by BYU. Whiting receives. Flip over to Woolston. Woolston inside! Underneath the outstretched arms of Asia Blackwell, and she scores, and Woolston with 5 points all here early in the second half.
And Wilson, the true freshman, we've seen a few games this season where she's not scoreless in the first half, but she has come out and had a big second half, and that's exactly what she's starting to do here for BYU.
Blackwell is doubled. Gustin there defensively. Blackwell battling, trying to flip it out to a teammate, and she's fouled in the mix. BYU will likely only go 7 deep. The bench is very short for the Cougars, so fouls are something to absolutely keep an eye on. Shot is missed.
Rose got to get her head up. Amari Whiting wide open.
Off a steal, Littlepage-Buggs, good finish in transition with the left hand.
That's going to bring Emma Calvert back in the game because Rose moved the cart, and she almost lost at the possession before. Amari Whiting was wide open.
And an offensive foul is called on BYU, specifically Amari Whiting, who can't believe the call. And Baylor, they have turned early turnovers by BYU in the third quarter into some points here, trying to do it again here, Kristen. Walker. What an unselfish bounce pass. Probably could have taken that shot at the free throw line, saw an opportunity for a layup and dropped a dime.
Yeah, the mid-range is not their strength. Even though they can knock it down, they want to get all the way to the rim and get layups. So a beautiful little pocket pass inside to her teammate.
Calvert for 3. Good! Boy, again, BYU just has answers for a much more engaged and more efficiently offensive Baylor team.
Well, this BYU team looks focused, but they look focused on both sides of the ball. Yes, we've seen turnovers, but they have not been turnovers that have absolutely killed them.
Blackwell for 3, and she's starting to feel it. Emma Calvert just knocked down the 3 for BYU, has 7 points. Woolston being challenged by Andrews. As Whiting on the right wing. They want Gustin inside, who was doubled. Whiting instead will drive. Oh, what a pass! Wide open layup is scored. 5th assist for Amari Whiting, make it 6th assist for the BYU freshman point guard to go along with 11 points.
5 rebounds. How about triple-double watch as we progress throughout this game? She's impacting the game in every single area for this BYU team.
3 is no good this time. On the Baylor side, Whiting pushing, has Gustin spinning around. Blackwell is scoring with the left hand. Lauren Gustin with 18 points.
Well, that all started with the court vision of Amari Whiting to find Gustin running head to rim and hit her early when she had position down low.
Blackwell cut off by Calvert. Edwards for 3, misses that right side, rebounded by Whiting, her 6th rebound. Smiler, left wing 3 in transition is short, offensive rebound. Calvert, putback is good.
Baylor looks tired right now, Spencer.
They've expended a ton of energy.
A lot of energy. BYU's playing at their pace, pushing the ball every chance they get. You have to wonder how much of the elevation is affecting the Bears team right now.
Again, they've been better overall. Now it's about getting stops and
defensively coming out in a 2-3 zone, so mixing it up.
Emma Calvert is now 5 of 6 from the field. She's into double figures. 3rd BYU player in double figures, joining Amari Whiting and Lauren Gustin, who have 11 and 18 respectively.
And she just got that right in the middle, right in the heart of the zone is where you want to expose the zone and hit shots or get the ball there and then pass out of it.
Littlepage-Buggs into double figures now with 11 points.
She gained a lot of experience last year. Started as a freshman. Wasn't a lot of depth on this roster.
Emma Calvert is borderline unconscious for BYU. 14 points. Her 2nd three-pointer. This is a wild shooting display from BYU. Edwards, great pass. Little Paige Buggs, reverse layup. And she's got 13 to lead the Bears. But still, Baylor trails by 14. Whiting, stripped by Van Geitenbeek. And in transition, we'll mark this down as a potential turning point moment late in the third quarter. Davenport in the locker room. BYU leading by 12. And on the back of Lauren Gustin.
It's on you early. Edwards trying to come over the top to tip the pass.
Edwards' third personal foul. Inbounded to Smiler. Bounces to Bubakar. Open three is good. That type of night for BYU. Friendly bounce goes in for three from Rose Bubakar. Yaya Felder been quiet in the second half. Her floater no good. Offensive rebound, Little Paige Buggs. She's got 17.
17 and 8 rebounds, and she was massive in the third quarter.
BYU basketball to begin the fourth quarter. Lauren Davenport was cut for BYU and taken to the locker room. Let's get an injury update from Brett Hammer.
She is currently getting stitches underneath that eye, but she will be good to go whenever she gets back out here.
Okay, so they're going to stitch her up, bring her back out. Whiting drives, layup, no good. Rebound by Little Paige Buggs, her 9th board. Bears trying to storm back here in the fourth quarter and erase a 13-point deficit against upset-minded BYU. The Cougars searching for their first real signature win in Big 12 play. Yaya Felder. Back to Van Geitenbeek. Three on the way. In and out. Offensive rebound is grabbed by Fauntleroy. Cycle to Felder. That one back rim no good. Another offensive rebound. And it's lost, however, and ends up in the hands of Calvert. Some opportunities and good looks for Baylor there. They just didn't drop. And Gustin is fouled, being held by Little Paige Buggs on the entry pass inside. Woolston, three on the way. Kaylee Woolston with 8 points. And she's got 2 triples. BYU now 8 of 18 as a team from beyond the arc.
Hasn't had very many clean looks, but when you're 6th in the nation coming into the game, averaging 57% from 3.
Wild. Felder, wild shot at the rim, and she's bailed out by a foul call. That whistle came late. 7:33 to play in the game. Felder, perfect on the first. And calmly knocks down Bolt. Then Geitenbeek picks up Whiting. Crossover dribble. Wants Gustin inside. Pass is deflected. Good defensive play by Blackwell. Blackwell. One end of the floor to the other. Gives to Felder. Now they'll slow it down with the Bears. Fauntleroy for 3 straight away, and now she's in the scorer's book. Was 0 for 6 before that shot. Now 1 for 7, but a huge 3 nonetheless. Cuts the BYU lead down to 11. It's a 5-0 run for Baylor. And an offensive foul called on Lauren Gustin. That's her second personal. Gustin with the 18 points and 12 rebounds. Frustrated, but Baylor gets a big stop right there on the turnover by BYU. The Cougars have given it away 16 times. Baylor with 10 turnovers.
Well, Blackwell may have sold it there a little bit, so the fans upset, but it has been physical for sure in this game, and the whistles are coming.
Van Geitenbeek to the free throw line for 2 with 6:30 to play in the game. Long time to go. And one of the best shooters on Baylor's team
Here today, 20 minutes in this game. Comes in averaging 9 minutes per game, but
1 for 2 right there.
this is a crucial possession for BYU offensively. They need to score and continue to stretch this lead.
Woolston, floater, crawls over the rim and down.
Woolston now in double figures, and we mentioned it early that she is a player that has gone a couple games throughout the season scoreless in the first half, and she's put together 10 points here in the second half.
Quick 3 on the trigger from Andrews is no good. BYU gets a stop, up 12. Smiler to Gustin, good pass inside. Layup won't go, but a foul. And Lauren Gustin nearing 20 points.
That backside help has to be there for the Bears because Gustin is really good at stealing for that lob pass.
Because she's a 39% free throw shooter, 4 for 4. Does that not just kind of sum up that stat right there? The
elevated for that rebound.
First free throw from Andrews is good. She too has had a rough shooting night, 1 for 6 from the field. And had missed her first 2 free throws, now 1 for 3 from the charity stripe. There is Davenport. You see the tape under her left eye being stitched up, and she's back into the game to replace Rose Bubakar. Wilson will bounce to Smiler. Gustin is fouled on the backside. Coming over to help out was Fauntleroy, and that is her 5th foul. She will be disqualified.
And Fauntleroy will finish with 3 points, just 1 for 7 from the floor. And she comes into the game averaging 10, so BYU did a really good job defensively at limiting her numbers.
Gustin, 5 for 5 from the free throw line, 21 points, 14 rebounds. And she missed her first free throw on the 6th attempt. It's still 5 out of 6, a much better number than we have become accustomed to from BYU star power forward at the charity stripe. Felder for 3. That one won't drop. And battle for the rebound. Very physical play continues. Possession arrow will go to Baylor. The Bears shooting just 33%. BYU also out-rebounding Baylor by 11. Little Page Bugs. Out to Felder. Left corner 3. Dak drops. Big make right there. And it's 67-57.
If you're Baylor, this possession defensively is crucial.
Woolston for 3. Good! And they'll change it to a 2, I believe.
They know Whiting, Woolston, and Gustin are going to give you double fingers. But who's going to be that 4th? And today it's been Calvert who has stepped up offensively, and they have really needed her.
Edwards for 3. Long. Rebound grabbed by Amari Whiting. That's her 8th rebound. She really is on triple-double watch. 11 points, 8 rebounds, 9 assists.
If I recall, this is the 3rd game where she has been that close to getting a triple-double this season, but has not achieved it yet.
Gustin driving into the paint. Little left-handed flip off the glass and good.
So solid inside. Gustin does not go outside of her strengths and just plays right into what she has the advantage on.
Walker has gotten into the paint and to the rim a lot, Kristen, but she just has not been able to connect on many of those layups. 1 for 8 from the field, just 2 points.
Walker, the preseason Big 12 newcomer of the year.
Whiting scores. Felder around Gustin. Flips back into the paint. Asia Blackwell scores it. Blackwell now with 8 points. BYU still in front by 14.
If you're BYU, you want to use up this clock as much as possible.
Whiting flips it out to Smiler, gets it right back. Now Davenport. Davenport crossover dribble. Woolston around a curl. Kaylee Woolston's incredible second half continues. 14 points on 6 of 10 shooting. Felder fouled on the pass.
And to play at this pace.
Felder, good on the first free throw. That's good. BYU basketball leading by 14. Whiting with the crossover dribble. Out to Smiler. And a foul is committed by Felder. She too has been very active while the points are not there. There's 2. Van Geitenbeek under a minute to play. BYU in control on their way to their first ranked win in 2.5 years. Van Geitenbeek drops in a 3. And you mentioned it because she's played a ton of minutes. Huge role tonight for Baylor. Whiting into the front court, beats the pressure.
Van Geitenbeek has 10 points.
Felder with a steal. Oh, my goodness. And I think
landed right
hit her
on
mouth
her mouth.
on the floor. Oh, no. She's certainly hurt. Oh, you hate to see it, especially with the game really out of reach.
Feeling like she was tripped up, but they did review that and just go with a common foul on Amari Whiting.
Or maybe they wanted free throws because it was BYU's 5th foul. Walker will get an and one. Free throws missed by Walker. Davenport tracks it down, throws it back into Gustin. Timeout BYU with 33.6 seconds to play.
That's why this is so crucial, and wins are hard to come by on the road.
First free throw is good. So Whiting. And the second is well short.
Well, that time she didn't use her legs.
30 of 57 overall from the field. Walker. Baseline. Van Geitenbeek. Kick out to Andrews for three. No good. Asia Blackwell with the offensive rebound. Andrews again, this time from a little deeper. And that's off. Rebounded by Gustin, her 16th board to go with those 23 points. And now Baylor will finally back off. The BYU Cougars, with their first win over a ranked opponent since they did it in November of 2021 against West Virginia, have stunned